Alright, for number 19, we have 8, 9, -2, 9, and -2 and 1. Okay? And to find the orthocenter here, we're finding the perpendiculars. So when we look at this graph real quick, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this gives us an approximation of what's going on. -2 and 9. And then -2 and 1. And here it's going to be a little easier because, well, two of them are perpendicular to each other. Right? The orthocenter is going to be perpendicular but it doesn't cut it in half necessarily. So you find the slope. So the whole key is that you're trying to go with a perpendicular from this point. Well, in this case it's going to be that guy, right? And then in this case it's going to be this guy, right? And then in this case it's going to be this guy, right? So the orthocenter in this case of a right triangle, like this one, is really simple. It's this guy, which is going to be -2, 9.
So finding that is much more simpler than that over there?
Well, no, with that one, let's do that one the right way. What we found over there was actually, yeah, it was the centroid. I was finding the centroid center. The orthocenter, let's say I got 6, 10, what are the numbers? 6, 10.
6, 10, 2, and -4.
2 and -4. And what else?
That's it.
That has to be 3 numbers.
So
6, 10. No.
6, 2.
6, 10, 6, -6, and -2, -2. That's 17.
Yeah.
Okay? So with this one, you have -2, 1, 2, and -2, right? And then you have 6 and -6, right? And then you have 6 and 10. Okay? Now, the orthocenter is going to be the center that's perpendicular to here. So I have to have a perpendicular line, but it goes through this point. Right? Well, if this is, what's nice about this one is, I know right away that I'm just looking for this point right there. Right? Because this is a straight up and down. So it's perpendicular to it. It's straight across. Correct? So that's going to be at negative 2.
Negative 2 and 6?
Well, I don't know where the center is yet. Because I gotta have 2 cross. Remember, on this one we had 2 cross. And they crossed right here. Does that make sense? Because they already had perpendiculars in, it was a right triangle. So the orthocenter of a right triangle is going to be the corner of the right triangle. Okay? But of any other triangle, right, the orthocenter is going to be where I can have another right triangle. I need it to be right going from here to here. Okay? Meaning, was this slope? No, this slope wasn't the opposite of this slope. We found that slope, right? So we just got to find a perpendicular. So we can find it of these 2 points or these 2 points. Which one do you want to find it of? The top one. So these 2 points? A perpendicular to that line? No. Let's do this one. That one was an easier line, right? So remember that this was negative 2 and negative 2, right? And this was 6 and negative 6, correct? Okay? And to find the slope, we just flip it and smack it. Negative 2 over negative 2 and negative 6 over 6, right? Then you smack it, and that's your slope. So negative 2 plus 6 is negative 4, or positive 4. Negative 2 minus 6 is 8. So what this happens to be is 1/2, right? So the slope to this line, right here, is 1/2. So the perpendicular slope is that flipped and smacked. It's the inverse of it, the opposite inverse. Because it has to go this way, right? And the opposite inverse is going to be negative 2 over 1. Because I just take this, flip it, right? And then make it opposite. Okay? That's going to give me the inverse, the perpendicular. But I need it to go through this point. So I need this perpendicular slope to go through this point. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay? So to do that, what is this point? 6 and 10. So I need to plug that in. Y is 10 is equal to negative 2 times 6 plus b. So 10 is equal to negative 12 plus b. So I add 12, so 22 is equal to b. Okay? So y equals 22 with the negative 2. That's impossible. Wait a minute, this is negative. This slope is negative. How did that come out negative? Oh, because this is negative 8. So this should be a positive 2. So this should be a positive 12, which would make this a 2. Minus 2. There we go. Much better. Alright, so now at minus 2, which is right here, this is going to go through. So the orthocenter is going to be this point right here.
Is that number 17?
Yeah.
I thought we just did that.
Yeah, we did, but we didn't do it correctly. So we found the,
He found the wrong.
I found the centroid center, not the ortho center.
Sorry.
That's
You're
negative
gonna
8.
have to rewrite all the stuff.
Yeah, I know.
That's negative 8 because
Okay, move your head.
you did the negative 2 minus 6.
Yeah, -2 is -8, which makes this negative 1/2, which when we flip it makes it a -2, which makes this be a -2, right? So it makes the y-intercept at 2, right? And that's what makes this right here work out. And so what we want to do is we're noticing that it's intersecting right there at 0, -2, because these two intersect right here. Now, if I wrote this equation, it would be y is equal to -2x minus 2. And the other one, this one, well, that one, y is equal to -2. So they're going to intersect at 0, -2. That's where they're going to intersect. And that's where the orthocenter is for this one. So that was a lot harder than this guy. Okay?